What's up, guys? JK Disc Golf here, and today we're gonna do my 400 subscriber Q&A. So I put on my Instagram a little question thing on my story, and I got some questions for you guys just about me, about disc golf. But before we get into that, I want to thank every one of you guys for subscribing. It means a lot to me that you guys are kind of joining me in my adventure to help educate and help you guys get better at disc golf and just support me as a whole. If you don't already, check out my Instagram. It's just JK Disc Golf, and if you're not already, make sure to subscribe. Let's jump right into the Q&A. First question we have is from Summer Sun Disc Golf. She's actually on the Rockstars team with me, so shout out Summer. Yeah. And she asked, if you had to play a heavily wooded 3-disc round, what discs would you pick? So if I'm playing in heavy woods, that's kind of like the courses that are by me, I'm going to be taking obviously my P2 to putt with. I will be taking my rock, my DX rock for my up shots or my approach shots. And then I'm going to probably be taking my Sceneline DDX because I can shape and do a bunch of little shots with that, and I can throw it pretty far. So those are the discs that I would take in a only 3-disc wooded round. Next question we got from A. Hoffman. He asked, what are you most excited for this season? So, number one, I'm excited to make new videos. Competitively, I'm excited to play in more tournaments, kind of raise the rating a little bit, and just kind of, play a lot more tournaments. I only played in like 7 last year, and not a lot of them were sanctioned. But this year we're going to change that, and I actually got my first tournament coming up, so I'm pretty excited about that. Also, I'm going to Disc Golf Worlds and Ledgestone this year, and I'm super excited. I've never got to see a pro event, and this will be my first one, and I'm really, really excited for that. Alec Bamford, I think that's how you say it. I'm sorry if I'm butchering you guys' name, but he says, how did you get 400 subscribers? You know, I ask myself the same question, but I like to think it is because you guys enjoy my videos. You think I'm awesome, which, you know, it's pretty cool. But also I feel like that it's because that I've kind of made content for over a year now. I've kind of made a name for myself on social media, and I feel like I make kind of enjoyable content. At least I hope. Next question comes from Space Case, and they ask, ever thrown in Oregon? I have not. It's actually one of the places me and my uncle want to go, and we've seen some places. I think Beaver State Fling is in Oregon, and Portland, oh no, that's in Seattle. I think both of those are in Seattle, actually. I misspoke. I don't know what's in Oregon, but I will definitely want to check that out eventually in my quest to play in 50 states. Next question comes from Courage Davis. They ask, what discs do you throw the farthest of backhand and forehand? Well, you know, I made a video if you want to go check that out, but I think at this point I'm throwing either my Ricky Destroyer the farthest or my S-Line DDX for backhand. And then for sidearm, it is my really, really beat-in Destroyer, and I can just kind of forehand, hyzer flip it, and it goes a mile. So it's time 94 asks, what would you have in a 5-disc bag? So I think I'm going to go along with Summer's question. I'm going to go P2 Rock Sceneline DDX, that really beat-in Destroyer, and then my Bullfrog, because that's kind of the only disc I feel comfortable with short approach shots, some that my rock goes a little bit too far for. Rising Am Disc Golf asks, are you going to make any videos about your tournaments this year? Well, actually, there should be one up Sunday if I'm on my edit grind. But yeah, I definitely am planning on making videos for every tournament that I plan, so hopefully you can catch those. Christy Bird and Turn Daddy asks, what's your favorite disc and why? Well, I've kind of alluded to it on my favorite disc Friday, but I would say right now my number one favorite disc is my P3 signed by Simon Lizotte, because I think he's definitely one of my favorite pros. It was just awesome meeting him in person. So it kind of has a little bit of memory to it, and it's on my wall, and it's just kind of a cool thing that I actually got to meet Simon. Optical Blix asks, how do you like to label your discs? Well, actually, before I actually started making like Kirby's on my disc, or at least some of them, I actually didn't like to label them just because it's just a little not a pet peeve of mine, but I just don't think it makes the disc look nice. And I'm kind of someone who advocates for cool looking discs, and I feel like kind of putting ink on it ruins a little bit of that cool factor towards it. But I've gone out of that a little bit into making like some Kirby's on my discs. So yeah. Kate the Great asks, and then if you're thinking, is this Kate really great? I can vouch for her. She's pretty great. She asks, what is your dream job? Well, I think the obvious answer would be a professional disc golfer. However, what I'm actually going to school for is social media marketing, and my eventual goal would be to be a social media advocate for a disc golf company. I would love to run social media, right, to make videos and kind of all that area in for a disc golf company. I think that would be really awesome. It's kind of what I'm working towards. Or I guess I can make this, hopefully, eventually, if disc golf, blows up, that this could be my job. Full Turn Gabe asks, well, not really asks, kind of more of a statement, says, wow, you are amazing. You know what? You are too, Gabe. Love you and your dad's videos, too. Go drop a sub to Rec Rob and follow them on Instagram. They're awesome. Last question I have is from Joseph DeGuy. He says, why do we not have a disc golf simulator like golf does? So if you guys aren't familiar, golf has like a simulator where you hit the golf ball, and it hits like the screen, and it kind of projects where it is going. I think the only reason disc golf wouldn't is because I feel that discs have a lot of a more factor than a golf ball or even a baseball, because there's baseball simulators. The reason is because when you throw a disc on a hyzer, it could be a disc, it could flip up, or it could be an overstable disc where it just crashes, and it's kind of hard for just hitting something to estimate flipping and turning. It would just kind of be a scramble, basically, because I don't think just because of hitting, it could, tally up exactly how the disc would fly. However, it would be really awesome if disc golf had one of those, and maybe one day if technology gets so advanced it does that, we'll get one. But that is all the questions I have today, guys. If you want to ask another question, drop it down in the comment section below, and it'll be on the next Q&A. But I want to thank you guys so much for 400 subscribers. And you know what? If you're new, drop a sub. We're almost going to hit that 500 mark, and I can't wait. Love you guys a lot. Drop a like if you enjoyed this video. And I think that's all I got today, guys. Next video I said coming out Sunday. I got a big project in the works now that should be out in a couple weeks. I can't wait for you guys to see it. But that's all I got today, guys. Make sure you keep throwing.